Please select your character. Azrael.
Already signed, nothing even. I had a long day, okay? Zach. I had a significantly long day.
Kagura Mutsuki.
But once more people come into the to the stream, I'll start this replay analysis with the set I had with, and suddenly there's 5 with the base tuxedo mask, and I'll try to analyze the matchup. Hope you ate something before you jumped. What's up, Spicy? It's been a while. I've been doing good, What's up, Tux?
Hey, hey.
Well, I think now's around the time to see 7 people. Alright. So, on today's, I'm just at a loss for words for some reason. On today's on today's episode of Chaotic Streams, you know, the not weekly show, the one that happens whenever Chaotic feels like streaming. Today we are going to do a matchup analysis, and that matchup is Azure versus Kagura, and the way we are going to analyze it is watching my replays against the legendary base tuxedo mask. Glad to see you streaming again. Thank you, headphones girl. Thank you. I try to stream, maybe not too often. I'm really in the mood to stream nowadays. This works so often. I'm so exhausted. But yeah, when I do stream, I try to make sure it's enjoyable. I do want to stream more, but you know, life, it gets in the way. But I'm not letting it keep me down. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, I had a set against the legendary base tuxedo mask on Sunday. It was a very, very long set. Two days a week. I can go for that. Pick 2 days out of the week. Like Sunday, maybe like a Wednesday. Yeah, I can go for that. Had a very long set with base tuxedo mask. A very, very, very long set. So there's a lot of replays to analyze. A lot of replays. It means there's a lot of material to go over. So with that said, let's get right into it. Oof. Luckily I favored all of them. Okay, so we're gonna get started with right here. Math numero uno. Let's get right into it. Let's get the intro. Okay, so let's talk about the first things I always talk about in a match. Once a match starts. Round start RPS. I'm gonna try input display 2.
Wheel of Fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Display. I feel like the virtual stick is too like distracting. Because it's really big and it's in the way. Like, there's no reason. It's not a bad thing to have there, but it's kind of distracting. I'll leave it up to you. Like, should I have the virtual stick there or not? You know, I'll keep it there because I think it's also important to see, like, at one point, because input display on the side doesn't really show like timings for buttons and whatnot. So player side low. Okay, round start RPS. It's weird. it's a weird kind of 50-50 thing around our RPS here. Kagura on paper, you can say Kagura wins on paper because he has C moves. His C moves, 6C, 5C, 2C. But Azrael has answers for all of these. Azrael has answers, and these answers are 2C gets blown up by round start 6C with Azrael. If your scissors is 6C with Azrael, then Kagura's paper will be 2C. You'll go over it, you'll hit, and I think in certain cases you can definitely get a crouch and confirm with 5B. Don't quote me on that, but that'll lose. Kagura 5C will lose to IAD, and his 6C will lose to round start Gustav. So those three right there. I just listed 3 ways Azrael can beat Kagura round start. But at the same time, with those 3, I listed 3 ways Kagura can beat Azrael round start. Round start 5C will beat Gustav. It'll also beat 3C. Round start 2C will beat Gustav. It'll also beat... It'll lose IAD though. It'll lose IAD. Round start 6C will obliterate round start 3C. Round start Kagura 6C will just dominate Azrael 3C. You'll get a counter hit. I'm very positive you'll get a counter hit. Get a counter hit, and then that's just... Kagura's got decent damage in 2.0, I feel. His damage definitely got buffed. Not CPEX levels. No one's CPEX level anymore. But he's doing damage he should be doing, which is good. He's slowly becoming a character. Not a full character yet, but he's on the path. But yeah. So round start. So really, the safest option. 6C loses to backdash 3. Kagura 6C loses backdash 3. It does? Yes. Okay, thank you, Dante. Because Kagura 6C, he moves forward. So backdash, and then the 3C should hit fairly delayed at the very, very, very end of the drop kick. So again, another round start thing you want to do. Thing to be careful, watch out for a round start backdash for Azrael. He has an offensive option. Reactionary offensive option after round start backdash versus Kagura 6C. So it's very important to be able to parse the risk reward of the option that Kagura can, because risk reward is kind of skewed towards Azrael and round start RPS already. Something you do is charge an orb or DP during 6C. Yes, and what that does is that that definitely mitigates the frame disadvantage Kagura has on 6C. You charge an orb, and Azrael can growler, but by the time he is in growler range, you're definitely recovered. And you can definitely mount an offense or back off and put yourself in neutral or defense. And if a whiff, should be able to punish them for trying to punish. But it's a little bit risky, yeah, like I said. And if you charge, if you DP during 6C, then it's like you can charge DP, with whiffs. And if they're coming in too late, that's B-Fap. If they're coming in too late with an instant air dash off of a whiff 6C, that's B-Fap near. And that's, I want to say, 4K. Tux can quote me on that. He likes to play his character, or he can correct me on that. He plays a character, but yeah, I want to say that's around 4K on counter hit BFAP near. But yeah, round start RPS, I think the safest option. Azrael can just kind of air backdash. Air backdash is probably a 3-5. Yeah, 3 to 5K. Yeah, thank you, Tux. So I was kind of around that ballpark. So the safest option, anybody can do, is kind of just back off. Really, just back off. What Kagura can do is just super jump back. Or instant air backdash. Azrael can't really do anything about instant air backdash because you're most likely going to be out of range, and Gustav will whiff. I don't think you can get a punish off of that. And of course, with the things I just listed, you're not really going to be in range close to hit. Kagura can't really punish 6C and 3C if it is instant air backdash round start. And if Azrael tries to do instant air dash to chase, you're kind of still in a neutral position. You might be a bit closer than you were at round start, but the fact of the matter is still kind of neutral. So I want to say round start RPS is slightly in Azrael's favor, and that's a rarity. That's a rarity because there's not a lot of round starts that Azrael has that's in his favor. There's about a handful, or maybe a deeper analysis. There's definitely more than a handful, but I want to say not a lot. So for this to be in his favor, it's pretty good, pretty rare. So he throws an orb. And I immediately growler. He backs off those an orb, and I don't growler. And the reason why, well, it could be one, I don't react, or I just chose not to growler. And choosing to growler, if I growlered and absorb that projectile, that's automatically enforcing another RPS. Because once Azrael growlers a projectile, he's automatically put in full body invul for some reason. Let's not change that though, because I like that. and I'm in a full body invul. And what that does is you're gonna hit me and you're gonna miss because I'm invulnerable. And what can happen is I can do phalanx, and it could either A, hit Kagura, and I can convert, or if I do phalanx and mistime it, and he properly time and he's pressing a button to hit me during that invul, I can get meatied, and I'll get my phalanx starter will get stuffed by like meaty 2A or meaty like 6. Like good lord if it's a meaty 6B by some chance, or I can choose to not phalanx, and I'll still be in full body invul, but during the recovery I can't get punished because I'm just gonna go straight into blocking, and I can either be put on defense and then block, or backdash, or retaliate with DP, and from there that goes into like offensive RPS versus defensive RPS. You can do meaty 6B. If I get hit by meaty 6B, that's counter hit, I'm definitely eating a lot of damage. 4 to 6k. And Kagura, I want to say his EA knockdown, he can definitely get corner carry. At this screen positioning right here, he can definitely put me in the corner. I really feel he can put me in the corner. He probably can't really do, if he wants to spend OD early for active flow, that's good. He can do that. End it with EA. Nothing wrong with that. So, yeah, you're not gonna see me growler every projectile he flings at me. You're gonna see me block some of them. You're gonna see me air dash over them. Because I don't always want to enforce that that RPS situation after phalanx, after a growler absorption. So I block, and I'm put on defense. I'm put on offense. I'm put on defense, like he says. I want to say 6C is very risky in this matchup. Very, very risky. It's risky in general in the sense that, like, if they have OD and they react with OD, I'm gonna whiff 6C, and that's actual damage I'm taking. But say there's no OD online, or no like external resources, and Kagura is crouching. If I do 6C during pressure, he can react and be Fafnir, and as I said earlier, that's counter hit, and that is like Tuck said, 3 to 5k. And unfortunately, because I'm dumb, I use 6C a lot. I sometimes just jump over Fireball sometimes because they try to be cheeky and wyvern behind it. Yes. Now let's talk about that. Another thing. Absorbing a projectile in this matchup. Something you see a lot of Azraels do versus Kagura's on like layer 1, and Kagura's Azrael on layer 1, is they'll fling an orb, and then they'll kind of follow behind it, as they should, and Azrael will growler it, but as they follow behind it, they'll go into 6D stance, and then go behind with a wyvern. And what Azraels tend to do sometimes, they'll immediately absorb a projectile and kind of get scared of the approaching opponent. And what they do is they fling phalanx back at them. And the reason why is because in a lot of matches, a lot of scenarios, there's not a lot people can do to like immediately stop that behavior. Like, oh, they'll IAD over, or they'll jump over, and it's kind of just still in neutral. Slightly frame disadvantageous for Azrael, but not to the point where it's like hard punish or crap, I gotta start panicking. But like I said, Kagura will go into D stance and then wyvern behind it, and wyvern has armor. So what'll happen is Azrael will growler projectile, then fling a phalanx, and then the phalanx will get armored by the wyvern, and Azrael will get counter hit by the wyvern. And that, again, is more damage. So that's just like I'm saying, the RPS situations and whatnot. So like a lot of times you'll see me jump over B orb or A or B orb, or just like absorb it and then back off, or just block it. Because I'm more prone to be able to parse the situation properly after orb is out with those options. But yeah. Earlier, like 6C, BFAB is a really good option. It's harder online, yeah, but it's really good in this matchup in the sense that, like, if an Azrael approaches in the air and he's because Azrael's very linear in the air, and like 6C is an aerial, it's an airborne move. You don't do it starting in the air, but if you wrap with BFAB, that's just damage, and then I'm on the floor, Kagura's approaching me, and so on and so forth. Okay, right there, if you saw, I didn't really try to move in immediately. That's because Tux had me at C ranges, and it's really important to. I'll press play the video. Really important to keep to play at like a background right here. It's really important to like be aware of the range Kagura can play at. Like I'm at full screen. I'm not going too far for multiple reasons. It's because one, at this range, I can react to a C move and do TK Gustav, and I may not be able to react to the point where it's gonna hit him, but it'll react to a point where he's forced to block it. So that's just footsies. That's just footsies. You know, he whiffs a C move. He does a C move to assert his space, but because of the amazing recovery on it, amazing for me, I can just TK Gustav and I'm in. And the reason why I'm playing further past the C normals is because of the fact that he can be wild and do like a Wyvern, or do 60A, or do 60B. And at that range, at the range I'm at, I'm pretty sure Wyvern will. I might have to block Wyvern at this range. You see, now we're getting okay. At this range, definitely Wyvern's gonna whiff. And if I time it right, I can just Gustav, and that will definitely hit. Gustav will definitely hit. If he does 60A or 60B, I can definitely react to which one he's doing and just jump. Keep in mind, people, versus Kagura, 60A and 60B mix-ups, 9 times out of 10 or 7 times out of 10, because sometimes Kaguras are really sly with their mix-ups. 60A and 60B are fake, and by that I mean literally if you just up back, you kind of just remove the mix-up entirely. You up back, 60A and 60B will whiff. So just food for thought. There. See? I absorbed Growler. I'm not gonna phalanx immediately. Why? Like I said, full body invul. Moving on. Yeah, I can definitely see outside of phalanx. Speaking of phalanx, there's a phalanx. There's another one. Main reaction to OD through Vibrant at neutral right. I'm being kind of lax about my pressure because the Kaguras I fought, they will definitely Fafnir. They will definitely Fafnir during pressure when there's 50 meter. And of course, it's like you have 50 meter. If I block it, then you can RC and kind of you add frame advantage. And if it hits and you don't react in time, you can still RC. But and it's like, okay, it hit. You can parse that it hit and then convert. So I'm being lax about it. I'm kind of backing off and being very light with my pressure, so as to not get hit by that phalanx or by that Fafnir. He does 2B to disrespect during pressure, but he guessed incorrectly and I did IID JP and he got hit, but I wasn't counter hit, so this 5C's not gonna hit. And I Gustav in. He does Fafnir, and this is definitely the end of the round. Now oh my god. Okay, I want to talk about that Fafnir point. I want to talk about that Fafnir point because I feel like he did it because of like general Azrael mannerisms, and I feel like I baited that because that's what I expected him to expect. I want to fast forward back to that point.
One, action.
Okay, here it is. Okay. There. Okay. That was a very late react. Okay, I know what happened. So I did Tiger and I backed off. Now, Tux was respecting Rekka RPS, but I backed off anyways. Nothing wrong with that. Now, something Azraels like to do a lot when they notice that their opponents aren't really approaching or they aren't enforcing their offense, and we backdash. so many. I have this habit too. I still have this habit, but I'm trying to slowly beat it out of me. So many Agiles after a backdash will immediately go into 6C. And I feel like Tux is gonna say that's what he was expecting. I know for a fact Tux is gonna say he was expecting 6C after that backdash, and that's why he kind of timed it late. It was to catch the later frames of 6C to ensure the C Fafnir hit. So what I did was I backed off and I didn't do anything. I was honestly gonna go into 5C. I feel just play footsies, and that's actually dumb because I picture that at the range we were at, 5C would have whiffed and his C would have hit. Unless he did a C at the same time and extended her box. But, yeah, he was, excuse me. He was expecting a basic Agile tendency, backdash into 6C. It's something a lot of, that's kind of how you tell, like, the level of Agile. If they do backdash into 6C so often, they're going to be, you realize that they're kind of autopilot-y with their offense. And you can just kind of, like, play around that, have them, like, hang themselves during a set. That's what he was expecting, but I'm not your average. You're not dealing with your average Saiyan anymore. Something Super Saiyan. You're not dealing with the average Saiyan anymore, I say. To immediately drop a combo. And that's the time because it's 6B Hornet stuff. I'm not sure about that. I wasn't sure about that confirm. Now that one was because that one I understand why that was kind of RPS because Gustav he barrier blocked Gustav, so I'm +2 after that situation. So what he was expecting me was to just kind of like be like, oh, he normal blocked Gustav, I'm gonna 5A. But that's when I said, I Gustaved, I'm about to die. He has 50 meter. I need to back the fuck off, and I guessed properly.
Rebel 2, action!
I do 3C to try and catch him out of 5C or 6C, one of those. He's not going into drives. I don't really have overdrive, so he kind of can't go into drives. Okay, good whip punish. Protect throw. Double weak points. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, let's talk about. I was nervous and annoyed it didn't kill. I was kind of shocked. Let's talk about anti-airing in this matchup. We already know Kagura's anti-airs. He has B Fafnir. You also walk forward dash to make DP whiff from that good spit. Yep. Also forward dash. Yep, you definitely can. If it hits or if it blocks, you can forward dash immediately afterwards, and Gustav and flash kick will definitely whiff. So anti-airing in this matchup. 5A and 5B are very risk anti-airs because of how big the hitbox is on Kagura's JC. I'm not sure how Kagura's hurtbox fares, but the hitbox is large enough to where a lot of the time Kagura's JC, which is his main jump-in, is going to beat 5A and 5B. You're gonna see it a couple of times. Me catching, me anti-airing him with a 5A or maybe 5B. But majority of the time, it's best to go into 6B. And the thing with 6B is, that's a risk anti-air in the sense that if it whiffs, it's actually going to suck. A lot. If Azrael 6B whiffs, you're actually a sad boy. A very sad boy. I stick to 6B for double jumps and 2C for air dashes. Yep, you can do that. You can do that. And with Kagura, he can kind of alter his fall speed by doing drive to like make 6B whiff to kind of like beta 6B, but with how long it takes for him to get to the ground and how long it takes for him to like the startup of his drives, you're not gonna whiff punish at 6B doing like altering your fall with drive into like a drive normal. You can alter it with drive and then drive cancel and get to the ground faster to kind of enforce frame advantage faster, but you're not gonna punish that. He gets a combo. Messes up the side switch, messes up the combo, drops the combo, fortunately. I'm gonna borrow this. Okay. I don't need to go into it. I'm autopiloting. I thought this was gonna cross up. I'm really dumb. And when I said autopilot, I mean I thought Phantom was gonna hit, and I would have did TK Gustav. And I can get double weak points off of that if you're following my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, by the way. You can get W punch off that in some situations. So I definitely tried to autopilot because I felt like I was close enough to the corner to mess him up. Empty jump low, but classic. I should be. Oh, this is damage. No, I'm gonna drop this combo. I can't get that whole fine. Since I can also trade with DP, it's really funny because that has, you know, body and Vol, and then DP and Vol. They'll trade a lot of the time. Like, you're not really gonna see Azrael get hit out of 6A by DP. You're gonna see Azrael hit DP with 6A. I should be dead. He messed up the burst punish. I have to lose the match. I want to see that. I got chipped out. I tried to jump back without barrier and I got chipped out. I remember that.
Rebel 3. Action!
Okay, just to ID. That was 5A. Or that was something. Yeah, 5A. Maybe. Oh, another confirm. Get the classic confirmed, okay. 6A, 6B. Oh. Made it out alive. There's that 6C. I remember that. Add that one to the meme collection, boys. Tiger beating 6DC. Tiger beating 6DC. Tiger beating 6DC. That move is cursed. That move is cursed. We as a community need to agree that Wyvern is just the most cursed move in the game. In the franchise even. I've never seen a more cursed move in all of Blaze Blue. And I've lived through CP 1.06B for Azrael. I've lived through Azrael CP 1.06B. That move is just cursed. We can't say anything about it. I'm sorry. Look, that's how it is. Now look at this confirm. Look at this. Oh, good confirm. Blocks the 2DA. The net play unblockable. Every character has a net play unblockable, except for like I don't know. Who doesn't have mix up? Naoto, I guess. No, Phantom Pain. Every character have a net play unblockable, I think. Okay, I should be dead. No, okay, I burst. Okay, that's a good bursting point. That's a weird bursting point. He bursted on a JB, probably assuming I would try to commit to the air combo, but Azrael, like many other characters, can like OS that part by doing like super jump, and then holding back, and then doing the button slightly delayed, not like OS an instant burst. So that's not really a good bursting point, because it could have got easily baited, but it worked, so good looks. He's checking via phalanx. At that range it's safe, because he can't really do much at that range to catch me. Now we're playing Fusies. And now I'm in. I'm wild. Oh no! Backdash. Now we're playing Fusies.
Azrael, win!
Unlucky with the block. Okay. I'm probably not going to get through all of these replays. We have that. This is 27 games, and it took 30 minutes for one match. 30 minutes. I really don't think I'm going to, like, Jesus Christ. My IB. Yep, that's... It's a catch-22. fighting Azrael requires really good usage of instant block barrier, but instant blocking on net play is just fucking like rip. Like rip as fuck.
The wheel of fate is turning. One, action.
That crosses me up for some reason. I don't anti-air reason. Okay. I don't punish that. Okay, that's a good phalanx. What that phalanx can do is, I'm overcommitting on pressure. What that phalanx can do, I like to use phalanx and pressure like that, like round start, like 5C into phalanx and then Gustav. And what that can do is a multitude of things. It can throw off instant block timings. It can throw off like mash timings, like they can like mash on like delayed Gustav. And if we do phalanx, it's just like congrats, you just mash yourself into a projectile. And against people who like OD really early or OD like preemptively to like make Gustav whiff, they kind of just Gustav, they kind of OD into a phalanx. And it's not necessarily a waste of OD, but it's like I definitely dodged a bullet there. So I try to use my phalanxes more offensively than defensively. Like I just use it to zone. I try to use it during pressure and during combos too. Back to the match. There's 5A guy who got counter hit. Messes up the cross up against the full combo this time. Doyo. Check for phalanx. JC. I tried to use JC. Oh my god. I should not have done that. I tried to use JC as a... It's really important to use JC in most matchups as an air when they're above you, because if they try to come down to the air to ground and get counter hit by JC, that is damage. I try to kill him. I try to be fancy. I try to be fancy there. And I get lucky.
Rebel 2.
And it's pretty good if Kagura is really high up, because you know if they try to like drive to change their trajectory or do like JC or do like their own JC, which is the air to ground, and then add with JC. Ooh, that's not good. No, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop. What? I definitely blocked that. What? What? What the fuck? You call yourself a real Azrael? Or he dropped the combo. Growler. Okay. Balance. Oh, the heart rate. Okay, I'm dead. Those are not reactionary, but those are me trying to gamble on him doing like 5C after 2C. Okay. Sentinel. Not really good pressure, very kind of overcommittal pressure, because he has OD. And it doesn't take too much for Azrael to put himself, that was a guess high block by the way, to put himself in like, see, there it is, like he spoke earlier, the Fafnir beating to 16. It doesn't take Azrael much to put himself in OD, susceptible range. Ooh, good boy. Good boy. Sentinel's okay in pressure if you condition they don't have burst. Yeah, like I said, it has OD. I'm kind of just like fucked. I haven't really gone for many overheads yet in this set. I think, but I do start going for them later. And I want to press. I want to talk about using. I want to talk about using. Talk about using overheads versus charge characters specifically in a lot of fighting games. Turn on the volume.
やるじゃねえかやるじゃねえか
Quick second, I'm really smart. That caught me. That caught me. I believe Chuck said that was a true block stream, or that was very, very tight. Oh. Me being dumb. I'm bad. Me being dumb again. You don't want to anti-air with 5C. Don't be like me. If you want to anti-air with 5C, do it at a really, really far range where it's catching the early vestiges of instant air dash. Okay. What the? What? Okay, do that to confirm at least. I can't be a real person. These confirms are terrible. This was not me playing. 5C. Okay.
Rebel 3. Action.
Back that. Yeah, there's a really specific range where like Cogburn kind of just like slightly kind of does better than Asbro does, and that range is like just outside of Asbro, just outside of Asbro's 5C range, but within Cogburn's own 5C range, 5C and 2C. It's kind of a tight space, a really tight like pillar of space, but it's there. So, come back. I should burst this. Good job. That's how to beat me, alright. Oh, you almost had him. You almost had him. You were doing so good. You almost had him. By the way, Asbro, with the charge motion for his flash kick, Asbro can't really do like cute cross-up shenanigans on as Oki against Kagura, because you're not gonna be able to fuck up that DP input because it's just a down up. It's just a down up, not a 6-2-3, and you don't gotta OS it. You just kind of shoot for the stars with that.
The wheel of fate is turning. 1. Action.
Backing off. He tried to punish with. He tried to catch buttons after Gustav with 2B. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure that loses. I'm not sure like what's the started for that. Good job delaying 2DB. Good job delaying that. Okay, I remember thinking I was gonna be able to go over that 5DC. 5DC has a really, really tall hitbox, I think. I remember thinking I was gonna go over it and then just J2C on the way down to catch the recovery. Cool Kagura pose, by the way. But unfortunately, I got caught and now I'm eating like 4.5k. Nope. Good job. I don't know why I burst. It's a good burst point. It was a good burst point. Oh. No fight me. I'm just trying to be really cheeky. That was Tiger. I know that was Tiger. That's the range. That right there. That right there. I just said that. The range where Asbro's 5C will whiff, but Kagura's can still hit. That's a range you'll want to be careful in. You don't want to press too many buttons. You're kind of going to backdash out of that range and just like go into whiff punish mode. Ow. Ooh, good conversion. Good conversion. converted off of that too, but I wasn't really aware. I'm going for lows here. I'm going for like more safer enders. Or pressure enders. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Oh no. Oh no. I'm alive though. I was. Good catch. Yeah, D Super, I want to say, has pretty good knockdown in the corner. Maybe not so much mid screen.
The wheel of fate is turning. One, action. Counter.
I'm dropping so much there. I'm not dropping much, but the combos I'm going for are really, really bad. For overheads. Now, I'm going for overheads now. And the thing with that is, what that does is if they block it, if a charge character blocks an overhead, they lose their charge input. They lose their charge time. So, the DP, the fear of DP is kind of like gone. It's kind of gone. But the thing is, they can react with... They can parse the overhead coming and react with DP much easier than a regular DP character can. Because that's 6-2-3 X versus down up X. I'm afraid to drop because I do less Osmo stuff too. Yeah, if once you get used to net play, it kind of makes sense. Things begin to make sense. You kind of just like doing things earlier than you should be.
Action.
And that kind of fucks you up for offline, but I mean, all I got is online. Unfortunately. There it is. Okay, I tried to be cute. That's actually somewhat not really, because I could have went to 6. That was a good DP. That was a very good DP. Okay, now I'm just. Good delay, JC. That's a very good 6-6 beat. This is damage. This should be 6K. 5K is also good. That was a really. I remember that happened. I was like, I'm mad. I allowed it to happen, but the fact that he managed to like just JC straight into super was pretty fucking OD. You don't want to hold that when they do that. When they do 5v6, you can OD, DP, fudge jump. Yep. If you like at least see it coming, you don't really gotta be like, which one is he gonna do? Just kind of like get out of there. Oh my god, I'm dropping the most simplest things. Ooh. Okay, I go into super early to make sure he's first.
Azrael, win! The wheel of fate is turning. One, action.
Not doing much. I'm going with a good orbit catch buster. Yeah, it's not too bad of an idea to do orbit neutral. At these ranges at least. Huh. Oh yeah, I think I tried to test the save scene. I'm fucking myself left just then. Good job, catching. Good job, catching. Fail. I should be dead. I should be beyond dead. Boom. That was a very fast match.
Rebel 2, action.
Good air throw. Safe jump. Messed up. Out of range. You're bad. God, I gotta off my confirm game again. Good back. Good catch on the back dash. Hard read. Just have to go into orb early. I don't know what I was doing there. Should just ended my pressure safely. Back out. Okay. If I lose this. Yeah.
Rebel 3. Action!
Oh, you saw me go into the third seat too. What the hell? Good ante. 5DC is a pretty good ante. I forgot to let 5DC know about antes. The back dash. I know for a fact that burst was OD. He thought he recovered in time to OD. Unfortunately, he didn't and he lost the burst. 5A is also a pretty good anti-air. Good burst bait. I know for a fact he wanted 6B there. I tried to back dash out of there. I know for a fact he wanted 6B and not B orb. That happens a lot to so many Kaguras at so many pivotal points, and it's just, you hate to see this kind of thing happen.
The wheel of fate is turning. 1. Action!
That's a good backdash. Can't really do much after that. After like 2 dB. Backdash with phalanx. That's admittedly pretty cool. This is with 5C. DCB? Yeah. That's the combo. I remember saying I should have lost this round.
Rebel 2. Action!
Ooh, 6C. Very high committal. A lot of Kagura's anti-airs are like super duper high committal. Like, ooh, okay, I reacted too early. My reactions were too good. A lot of Kagura's anti-airs are like super high committal. 5A is like his least committal one, but it's just like it's honestly his worst anti-air out of all of them. I should be dead.
Rebel 3. Action!
Said it too early. Jesus. Whiffed. This is 5% okay. I got him with the combo. I got him with the combo. 5.8K, baby. Real confirms, baby. That burst was do or die. He had no other choice.
Azrael, win! The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1, action!
Jumping over it. Oh, he's instant blocks. And a good back dash puts him in the corner. Messes up the same jump. Aw, I did it too early. One of the very few moments you will ever see me do double Rekka. Ever, ever, for never, ever, ever.
Rebel 2, action!
6B, good double jump to base. Very good double jump. Sometimes you have to. Yeah, but I always find a way to not have to. What the fuck? How did I remember? Yep. A lot of Kagura's drive mix-ups are just you can just double jump on. You can jump on it. I'm gonna say do it every time. Speaking of fake, kind of just OD'd that. A lot of his drive stuff is like susceptible to OD as well. It's one of his biggest flaws. Kind of relies too heavily on RPS. Far too heavily. Even have things to back him up to keep him like safe enough at that point. Five to nothing. 5T and nothing is really good. I just want to say that. With Azrael, 5C into nothing is super good. First. Oh, no bullet points. Nope, I dropped this. I know for a fact. Yep, because I'm bad. I'm bad. I'll drop this. I dropped it.
Rebel 2, action!
There it is. Safe jump. Good. Alright, good record there. Bursting early. Suzukiruzo. I could have did much better to confirm. I actually could have killed him off of that.
Azrael!
And OD. How that damn Ruby song stuck in my head, holy shit. This the song "This Is the Day." I forgot when it plays Ruby, but it's been stuck in my head since like since like 7 o'clock this morning. I need help. Walk forward 2C. DP's out. Empty jump low. Gets safe this time though. Oh, that's what you tell him I switch. And I'm rolling out a lot in this matchup. That's because I feel really comfortable at full screen. No one really has to approach each other in this matchup. Azrael can kind of like wait. Azrael can like approach, but if he doesn't approach, he has to wait, which is hella hard. Because Kagura can kind of set up a wall, a very inconsistent wall, but a wall nonetheless. Kagura doesn't really want to approach Azrael, I feel. But I feel because of these reasons, I feel really. Ooh. I was gonna, he was kind of screwed no matter what, because he blocked the 5A. He blocked the 5A, so I was really just gonna unblockable him if he didn't get hit by 5 BB. I pressed the button. DP's out. The very last hit. I don't know what that was. Maybe to catch Gustav. And he's doing 5 DB. And the reason he's doing that, is because he wants to stay safe. If I block a 6 DC and he does 5 EB, he's more or less safe after that. I'm alive. I should have OD'd that. Or OD'd during like after 6 hit.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Okay, round start RPS. Like I said, good command grab. But there's the RPS. He's gonna do command grab. He's gonna press buttons. You know, he's structuring his offense really well. Because I'm pretty sure, I want to say in 2.0, I can't really DP these gaps as consistently as you could back in 1.0. And it's good. He's unfortunate DP out. That's a good burst. He was gonna die if he didn't burst. He's dead. He's dead. This matchup is actually pretty even on like against wild, more aggressive, like not really fundamentally based Azraels. Kagura can like really blow up Azrael if they don't know what they're doing. Like, it's not hard to let the Azrael hang himself at all in this matchup. A lot of like Gustavs, like you can just kind of like stand. You can honestly just do like stance at further ranges. Look at that mix up. Look at that mix up. Beautiful, isn't it?
Azrael.
Yeah, just you can kind of stance outside of Gustav range. They're like if he let them Gustav in, just 5C with punish, or just charge us, or just do a stance slightly in Gustav range. This one's riskier,
The wheel of fate
but
is
do
turning.
it slightly at the edge of
Action.
Gustav range and just react with like 5DA and armor through it, and they are beyond dead. Azrael, most Azraels won't really like try and triple fucking Fafnir, Jesus Christ. They won't really try and contest Orb Oki, which they should be doing that, because if they come in as Orb Oki, you're just giving Azrael 3 resources. Good mix up. 3 resources and then RPS. So Orb Oki isn't something you want to do too often in this matchup. I did IID JC because that 6B hit like really late. Back it off. I didn't respect and I got lucky. DP? Yeah, I don't know what I was doing there. Cause that's actually a factor as a wake up tool. C super.
Rebel 2.
I think I got 668 to try and bait Fafnir. Damage. Okay, don't fuck this up. Save jump setup.
Rebel
Yeah, on defense,
3.
Kagura has reaction defense. Kagura has to be really patient on defense against Azrael. Just so incredibly patient, because he has to maintain that down charge, and it's just defense is just really, it's probably the toughest part in this matchup. I feel being on defense against Azrael. Like not even like I think like neutral. I want to say it's Azrael's favor slightly. But like, really just being on defense with this character is the hardest part. You can't sleep on the wheel. Should be dead. Commander. I'm alive. Alive, kicking it. Red Ray Factor has kicked in. What was I doing there? What was he doing there? Probably got hit trying to counter assault.
Azrael win.
But yeah, there's a lot of like being able to like parse like what to do on defense against Azrael, because say I do like an IAD reset and you and Kagura Fafnirs, B Fafnirs, sometimes it'll hit. There are certain cases where I can IAD and then just where I'm at will make the B Fafnir whiff. So it's just the ways for him to get out are just so incredibly risky that it's just there's not a lot you can do on defense against Azrael, and it's really a shame. Because it's like there's just this character just has like once Azrael gets Kagura on defense, it's just so little you just can't do to get out of it. But I'm on defense. And Azrael can do a lot to get out of defense, because a lot of things Kagura does on defense, on offense, just straight fake. And a lot of things that just disrespect. Look at that. Counter at 16 to 5k. Into a reset.
Rebel 2. Action.
What was that? Oh, try to air ground him. That's the real confirm. That was a real good confirm. There it is. Okay, Fafnir is out for the 3rd time. And I instant air dash back in. Narrowly avoiding orb. I really should be doing Gustav as often as I can, because he can just kind of OD, and I am eating shit. Speaking of eating shit, 60. Drop the combo. I wasn't dead anyways, fortunately. Tiger Cobra. Gustav. I'm dumb. I tried to Black Hawk. I wanted full damage. I wanted 1,000,000,001 bits of damage on him. I decided I went for Black Hawk instead of going for Scud, like a smart boy would have done. Because if I growlered it, he would have been able to RC still. So going for Scud there I would have involed, and I'm pretty sure I was at a range in which it would have hit. I should have killed off BFAP, to be honest. To be completely honest. I think the OD was to allow me to be able to parse even further, just what I should have done. But I was dumb. I'm like, oh, Black Hawk, and it'll definitely hit. He'll die. You'll see, Mom. But even then, because when he did the super, I didn't react to that, by the way. When he did the super, the first thing I said was Black Hawk, and then I said no Scud, and then I said Overdrive, and then I went to Overdrive, then I said now Overdrive Black Hawk. If I did Black Hawk the moment I thought of doing Black Hawk, I would have hit him, because Black Hawk got an armor buff in 2.0, and I would have armored through all of those projectiles, and honestly, Kagura would have just fucking died. He would have been hit so hard, he would have been knocked out of Blaze Blue. Just gone. He would have been put in the Guilty Gear for all I care, but he would have died, to be honest. I don't react to Katamos. Growler. Risky phalanx, but it works. Gustav RPS. I've had this conversation before, a lot of times. Gustav, post-Gustav, Instant Block RPS. Kagura has a 5A that whiffs on crouching. And I'm pretty sure his 2A is slow enough to the point where Azrael's 5A beats it. So unfortunately, very, very, very unfortunately, post Instant Block Gustav RPS is kind of just, it's kind of just true RPS at this point. He doesn't really have one thing like most characters have that can just OS every option. Like if I do 2A, it'll be his 5A. If I do 5A, I'm pretty sure it'll beat his 2A. If I do Panzer, he'll have to 2B. He has to 2B or 2A. 2B will low profile it. 2A will allow him to recover and block it. But 5, like, that is true RPS against Kagura post Instant Block Gustav. Sucks to be the boy. Burst there. I don't agree with that burst. Ooh! I tried to be dirty. I'm dumb. He had 50 meter too. He could have, like, if the Wyvern hit, he could have just blocked. He could have RC'd and blocked. I tried to be free. I tried to be golden. I really did. But for 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, for 1 second, imagine if that Valiant fataled. And that's why I play Azrael. I'm not seeing a lot of throw OS, if at all even. So I am kind of going ham with these. Look at that, backwards hit 6B. That's why I play Azrael. Mess with Sage him again. He goes for Katamos, fortunately. Oh! Here, ooh! Catechins combo. I'm dumb. I'm really dumb. Didn't do 5C. I just kind of autopiloted in 6D. Fortunately, I'm Chaotic Games, and I can convert off of anything under the sun.
Perfect.
That's honestly my favorite class intro in the game. And then Azure is around in a second. Like, I don't see it, but I just think it's really cool. They just fall from the sky and then just trade. Like, that's OD. Now, Orb is also risky. Like I said it's not that bad, but that it's also risk in the sense that, like, I can just instant air dash over it. Or if I'm already in the air, then doing Orb is just don't bother, because I can just react to the air dash and you're kind of dead. Like I said earlier, there's RPS when I do Growler, and Tux kind of fell to it. He wyverned to try and catch instant failings, but I held it, and I stayed in invul, and then I just hard punished with failings. Anti-aired by 5 DC, but he dropped the combo. Try again. I checked for failings. I know for a fact it was failings. You can see the input. Down, then forward, then B. But not even a true 2-3-6. I just dive for it. My pressure's pretty bad. I'm doing right now. It's very, like, risk. If he ODs early during pressure and I do like 2B or Rekka, I kind of just die right there. So I'm not really doing too good pressure. Look at that conversion. I'm not doing too good pressure right now. I should try and, like, tighten up, make it safe. No anti-air. Good bait. Not a good bait. I don't know what I was doing. I'm doing... I don't know myself. What the hell? I know I tried to go for that. Safe jump. Base the burst. What was that? No, I deserve to lose. I deserve to lose. I remember that, yeah. I actually really should have lost that. Because I baited the burst and I did 5C into 3D. Instead of like 5C into Gustav. I definitely deserve to lose that match in general. Oh, this is damage. I drop it because I'm bad. No, he should be dead. No, he's alive. There it is. With 5C, it is not good vertically. It's very good horizontally. Not good vertically because of that. Dude. I'm not sure about that. Okay, I know why. He wanted that immediate damage. He knew we were both going to get overdrive back. So, speaking of overdrive, he knew after we were both going to get overdrive back, so I guess he wanted that immediate damage just to, like, to make sure, like, the next mess up from both sides we're for sure going to be the last mess up.
The wheel of fate is turning. One, action.
Safe jump. That right there. Ending a combo with super jump JC JD into IAD JP is Azure's go-to safe jump setup. I'm not sure about that burst at all. I would have just held it for the next round. Cause that's, if you get hit again, you're going to, yeah, here it is. See, yeah, you kind of now you're going into round 2 with just 4 burst stocks. I would have just kept it at that point.
Rebel 2, action.
Rage burst. Okay. Happens to the best of us. Okay, see, and I'm keeping my pressure a bit more safe. I'm trying to save my OD. I'm not really good at ODing through things. My ODs are like guesses, but at the same time, it's kind of good. I'm not ODing too much because at the range he's like doing C buttons. Sometimes it's kind of like at a range where I can't really get much, if anything at all. So, ooh, I know I tried to go for here. That was double weak points if you wall splatted. That was double weak points. I tried to save him off of that. I'm really mad. We get an overdrive. Ooh, the whipped phalanx. The whipped phalanx. Yeah. Drive and C moves with Kagura are just super duper susceptible to overdrive. Super susceptible. I think I want to say Fire Necromancer has pretty good pressure with Kagura.
The Wheel of Fate is turning.
He doesn't really go into like drive too often. He kind of does a lot of resets with Orb, just to keep it fairly safe. Sleeping on the wheel. He finally gets the combo. He tried to go for it a lot and kept dropping it. He finally gets it. That's 4.4k. I don't react in time. I'm positive it was also react. Carlos. I should be dead. Carlos. Good use of overhead.
Rebel 2. Action.
Yeah, now I'm starting to play a bit more relentlessly on offense. Good way to bait the 6B. Like I said, it's kind of like they only like ooh! That's a weird interaction I see too often. Beat of interaction I see too often. There's death. Please end with. Please. Why? Okay. What was I even talking about? Fuck, I don't remember.
Rebel
I'm mad.
3.
Shit.
Action.
Backing off from me. Okay, this is. Oh no. But that's too late. 5DA also a Gustav killer. Mainly for trying to use Gustav to like whip punish in this. Not to like approach. But it's to IEDs and just playing slightly outside of like Kagura's range and then punishing with Gustav. I should have baited that. Jumbled up. 6C. Good use of orbs. Orbs and drive kind of. He's alive. Orb and like drive kind of blow. Well, not drive, but orb definitely just explodes 6C. That was an accident. I know for sure that was an accident. I forgot what Tuxomi he wanted, but he got that by accident. Kind of just flew straight into it. I was laughing because seeing Kagura fly straight into Phalanx stock. How can that not be funny?
The Wheel of Fate is turning. 1. Action.
And now he's approaching with 6B. Doing a 5A to check my approach. Very good. I shouldn't be doing that. That's fake as fuck. Him deeping out of it was really good. Because that's fake as all shit. If you see Azure do like sentinel like that, and pressure it is beyond fake. And you should definitely be exploiting for it. I blocked the empty jump low finally. This is damage. Unfortunately, it wasn't. Checking for Phalanx. Checking for Phalanx. Don't be like me, kids. Always make sure you know where your Phalanx sounds are at. Safe jump. Burst. I think that's an okay burst point. Until what happens. Oh no!
Rebel 2. Action!
Okay, I tried to go for double points there. So much noise in the back, what the hell? Oh, this is damage. No, I dropped this, I know for a fact. I had no reason to go in the crush trigger. No reason. I could have did the corner 5C, corner fatal 5C combo right there. Literally no reason to go to crush trigger by 1 for anyways. Jesus Christ, my everything has just been bad lately.
Rebel 3. Action!
Terrible, to be honest. This should be damage. Okay, goes for that instead. Using 6C well, using it as a ranged anti-air. Used to catch 6C is more to catch instant air dashes. I want to say 6C for instant air dashes, and then B factor for like 6B. Like 5A and 6C, yeah. 5A, 6C for further range air dashes, 5A for closer range air dashes, B fat for like 6C. See, no reason for me to go in. No reason. Well, there is, but like, definitely play it slower. Patience is indeed a virtue. I create Scud Punishment. This is history in the making. What you're about to see is the creation of Scud Punishment. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Here it comes. Now you gotta guess. You guessed it correctly. You don't really gotta guess, but I wanna create Scud Punishment. I wanna create Scud. I try to be cool there, admittedly. What the fuck? What the? Okay. I 5D'd that for some reason. Don't know why. I'm almost dead. Okay, now I'm being careful. I'm backing off. I'm backing off. There I am. I'm in. Back off, please. I should have lost. Look at his inputs. That was 5 DC. I hit him out of the startup, I feel.
Azrael, win!
I know. Okay. That was 5 DC, and he got 6D by accident. I should have, like, 5 DC should have obliterated me. Yep, Tuck's confirming. So Tuck definitely should have won that one, because that was dumb right there.
The wheel of fate is turning. 1. Action!
Using 5A to check my approach. Very good. Very good to check. Use 5A to check aerial approach. Look at that. The beauty of whipped records. No reason to do it. I have no more balance stock. Oh, I now have no more balance stocks. Kokuchiwa. Anti-air. Okay. See? Drives are fake a lot. What the fuck? What the fuck? I mean, that's 4K, yeah, but that wasn't a true comp. Chaotic games, I need to have a serious discussion with you. Footsies. I'm not doing what I should be doing. Come here, grab. What I should be doing is Gustav RC2D to catch buttons after instant block. That's a frame trap. And like counter hit 2D. So TK Rekka mid combo. Chaotic games, you dog.
Rebel 2. Action!
It's it. There it is. Jump again. Jumping. Jumping. However, Wyvern, Gustav RZ4-2A. That is another frame trap, but at the same time, that's side box. So, and I have the corner, so. Speaking of side swaps, good side swap from Tucks put me in the corner. Coming out blocking low. This is damage. This is damage. I honestly didn't expect to like continue the combo after this. Like I saw the Katamos and I'm like, he's not gonna continue the combo, and he did. I'm like, oh, so he did. Oh, this is death. No. This is death. Depends on the range, not always. Right.
Rebel 3. Action.
Not yet. Yep. Because I'm not doing too much Rekka 2, Rekka 3 during pressure, so he can't reach the respect. I thought I was gonna hit. I would have freaked out if I didn't hit because I'm like sick nasty. Bursting. Tux bursted early a lot during the set. Really early. 60? Nope. Tiger over? What the fuck? Oh, this is death. I should have loved Phantom, admittedly. Or no, I OD'd from that because I'm like, I want to love Phantom him, but then I'm like, just kill him. Just kill him. Look, we're almost at the end, guys.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Backing off, very safe, very smart. You don't want any of that. You want to get your pussy ranged. Very risky mash, but it worked. Rip. I would have burst it early. That was not intentional. I always want Panzer after that. The 6B was fuck up. But hey, that's a cool new throw setup that I have now.
Rebel 2. Action.
I have no words. It's cool. Because Kagura can't do a lot versus 6B. Like I said earlier, you can make it whip, but you can't really punish it afterwards. And I want to say, like, doing Katamos isn't a smart idea, because I want to say Katamos also loses to 6B. Good job. 5DA, I think it's -6 on hit, on block. So, while technically hard punishable through numbers alone, he gets backdapped and I can't do anything about it. Because while my 5A is 6 frames, it's not going to reach. Try again. This should be the end. OD. What the fuck, Chaotic? What the fuck? No, please lose. Tux, please kill me. Kill me, Tux. Please kill me. Tux, please. Oh my god. I feel for you, Tux. Instead of doing OD Blackhawk, I do Growler Sentinel, knowing I can't get that fully consistently. You and me both, bud. So many bad choices from you and me both.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
That was funny. Good for 16 round start, by the way. I fast forwarded too far. I'm shocked I blocked that. Okay. We're playing Foozies. We were playing Foozies. Okay. Also, is it too late to get a bleach on? At this point, kinda, sorta, because cross tag battle is literally right around the corner. So you can probably find, you can probably get into Blade Pool, play with it a bit, just to like see what the characters are like, what their playstyle is. But
action.
For the most part, if you want to play it for a very long time, cross tag battle's about to come out. And that game might be the nail in the coffin of Blaze Pool if it doesn't get updated. I don't block the 2DA. Now I don't really have OD. So he can do pressure a bit more deliberately. Good anti, very good anti. Again, like I said, I don't have OD, so he can worry about a bit less when doing drives and pressure. Because most I can do at that point is either mash, and that's a risk, DP, and that's a risk, backdash, and that's less of a risk, but still somewhat risque. Burst. I want to ask for you. I didn't ask for you. That kills. The final match. The final match. The Ruby is cross tag. Yes. Cross tag battle. Wait. You can still play it though. There's still gonna be a somewhat active community. They're significantly smaller. Good 5A. Good use of 5A. As I've said many times, using it from further ranges for instant air dashes is definitely very solid. Hopefully I'll have better luck offline. You definitely will. I feel like you should, because you fight Dante a lot. And you go back and forth with Dante, so I've heard. And Dante's better than me, so I'm pretty sure like if you fight offline, you're definitely gonna do really good. Most likely beat me, honestly. Marissa Scarlet. Hello, Marissa Scarlet. How are you doing?
Action.
You didn't instant block Cobra. It's -6 on normal block, -9 on instant block. So on instant block, it's a hard punish. I went super hard in the paint with Rekkas. And it's funny because I also said to myself during that, I'm like, dude, what you should do is go into that beautiful little Valiant right there. If I went in the Valiant Tux, oh my god. But I did it. And we had this conversation earlier. Astral's really susceptible to OD during like the end of Rekka and 5D, and you OD during that. And I gambled. I said to myself, he's probably gonna start mashing buttons on this. Probably gonna mash buttons. So what I'm gonna do is go into Leopard counter hit, and but really at that point, I should have went balls to the walls and did a Valiant, because if you EA'd, well, no matter what, it was kind of not in my favor, because I had nothing at that point. So very very good overdrive into EA from you. DP, RC. I finally get the 5C after 60. Where you imbued? I guess OD. I guess incorrectly. What the fuck was that? The creation of Scud. Being fairly safe, I was very just aware that you were charging, so I didn't want to go into DP.
Level 3. Action.
Alright, I didn't want to go into like more pressure because you could have just DP. I didn't want to. Oh, speaking of DPs. I promise I can block reaction without thought. I believe you. I'm doing sense though. I should not be doing that. I believe about reaction blocking offline because I can react block to a lot of things off. I can react OD to a lot of things on first place offline. You trying to bait it? I remember that too. Good air throw. Good air throw. You notice how I'm kind of just doing the same things in the air, like overdrive or instant air dash JA, JB, and I'm pretty sure you grab me out of a JB there. Yep. Barrier JB. Yep. That was a throw counter. So that was very good air throw for you, and that was the last match of the set. So I believed myself on that one. Well, you believed and it worked. So let's do a quick overview of everything we discussed on the matchup. Just refresh your memories, and then I'm gonna call it a stream. So, round start RPS is in Azure's favor. Round start RPS, like I said, it's an I'll take off counter at 2. Take off weak point as well. It's in Azure's favor. Round start 3C beats round start 5C. Round start 6C beats round start 3C. And actually, okay, I can't convert, but the fact that I hit and I'm on you. And round start Gustav will get a counter out of that. Scratch that, round start everything. Look at that. No words, just look at that. Round start 6B. Let's do that. Trade. I'm probably not testing it properly, but I want to say round start 6B is a safer option. But generally, it's in Azure's favor. The best thing Kagura can really do is just kind of like back off. Basically, back off is in Azure's favor. Neutral, it's really best for Azure to play, kind of either put himself at full screen, jump back, so jump back or forward bear is best. Yep, full screen or play at this range. You're getting close, yeah. Play at this range and then just whip punish. He's because Azure, let's be real. For human reactions, most of the time Azrael's not gonna you're not really gonna be able to maybe you are. You're not all the time you're not gonna be able to whip punish it entirely. Not every time at least. Not every time. But the fact of the matter is most of the time you're gonna force Kagura to block. He's gonna force Kagura to block, and at that point Azrael's in, Azrael can set up his game. So at this range, Azrael to play this range, Kagura should be very weary about doing 5C, 2C, 6C. He can go into stance to go to reaction, like 5D, probably the best stance out of all of them for this particular moment, because he can 5A get a fatal, 5C to catch like a reaction, or just drive. Or Kagura can back off. So the best range Kagura can really play at is at this range. Or at this range, or a lot of things Kagura can do, he can do safely. Like, example. Can I fucking please? Like, TK Gustav might be able to catch that. See? I'm trying to do it fast as possible. Hey. it can catch that. But that's definitely a very preemptive TK Gustav. A very preemptive TK Gustav I'm doing, not a reaction one. So full screen is the best range Kagura can play at. He can set up orbs, and then, like you should be doing, approach Azrael behind the orb. Approach it, and if I do like ID, just 5A. If I absorb, like you can come at me, but try not to fall victim to absorb RPS. Neutral's hard. Neutral's hard. It is hard for Kagura, but it's not impossible. Because really, at the end of the day, Kagura can either approach behind orb, or just wait until Azrael approaches. Because Azrael's gonna try to approach, and from that he's gonna have to get in this range. He's gonna get in this range. This range is a very tough range of playing for Azrael. He has to rely on being able to whiff punish. He can't rely on 5C at that range. 5C is moot at that range. 5C is good at this range. This range, max range, right there. That right there. He's gonna have to eventually put himself at this range where you're best at. Once he's in this range, you gotta start worrying, cause he's now in drive range. He's now in RPS range. So you gotta start worrying here. You can't throw out buttons brilliantly, because you can't throw out C buttons at that point too often, because that's RPS. That's the RPS range. At this range, you're on defense. You're on defense too often. You're gonna be on defense. At this point, you gotta be very patient. I can't stress this as hard as I can right now. Don't pull the trigger too early. Be very patient and react. If you block like a 5D from Azrael, his turn is over. The most he can do is gamble on like Panzer. And that's a very, very big gamble to make for Azrael. A very big one. Cause that's just, if it's blocked, it's honestly game over. Beyond game over, honestly. So yeah. You're on defense here, be very patient. Instant block barrier, try and bungee jump out. But you can also just that's actually not that bad. That's not that bad at all. Doing that, cause then like I mean, it's risky for that. But like JC's a very good well, air to ground. Let's talk about air to ground. JC, it's really all I can say for Kagura. JC, it's very good. It's very good. Its biggest risk. A lot of times you're gonna lose. JC's gonna beat 5A. It's gonna more times it's gonna be 5B a lot. Either beat or trade sometimes, and a lot of times, unless you're in the corner, you're gonna be fine. It's gonna lose to 6B, but that's a very risk anti-air. It can whiff, and you're not really gonna punish her all the time, but the fact that it whiffs means you're in an advantageous situation. So offense, drive, be very wary about using drives because they're fake. I can fudge jump out, I can DP. Don't go into C moves or drives while overdrive too often, if at all, because you're risking a neutral OD into high damage. Very high damage. Which I lagged for a quick second earlier. If I'm not bad. Bam. Want to be very careful using drives on offense when I have defensive resources at the ready to blow you up. Your pressure, Kagura pressure is very just bleh. Very bleh. It's very RPS reliant. It's not really safe in any regard, to be completely honest. You can make it safe, quote unquote safe, but it's you're losing a lot for that. But to get mileage off it, you have to rely on that RPS factor a lot, and that the RPS involves me using and not using overdrive. So honestly, I think I've covered most about anything. So yeah, it's not a lot Kagura can do to make Azrael scared on defense. There's a lot Azrael can do to make Kagura scared on defense. It pays to be patient. Air to air. I want to say Azrael was an air to air game. Outside like a few key scenarios where Kagura JC beats Azrael air buttons. Just in general, I want to say Azrael wins air to air game. Air to ground JC, or just don't be in the air too often against Azrael. And if you do, space your JCs. JC will beat. You can feel confident in JC versus 5A and 5B. 5A more so though. Try not to ID too much because I can react 2C, even though 2C tries. It tries, okay. Or be careful about blocking overheads because you lose your charge reset. If you can successfully parse an overhead coming and react with flash kick, then good on you for that, because that's damage, and then you don't lose your charge reset. But a lot of times you're gonna end up blocking, and because of that you're at disadvantage because you lose your charge time. So really, neutral it's in Azrael's favor by ever so. It's weird. I'm gonna say it's evenish. But once Azrael's on defense, that's kind of the crux of this matchup. Kagura being on defense against Azrael here, and that's why I want to say it's 6-4, because like there's nothing Kagura can really do, and even then being a neutral and approaching Azrael is just very scary scenarios to be in. But yeah, I think that's really all I can point out about this matchup. Drives and offense is pretty fake. Azrael is pretty safe pressure in comparison to Kagura. At least there's a lot more he can go for than Kagura can. Kagura's offense is just like, yeah, it's pretty fake. Yeah, his defense, he has to be very careful, very slow versus Azrael on defense. You can't tilt. Don't tilt against Azrael, because that's what we want. Once you tilt, you're kind of just giving us the match. You're kind of just doing very crazy things, crazy not good things, and kind of just off yourself. But I think that's really all I can point out for everything in this matchup. So on that note, I'm gonna end the stream here. I thank you all again for tuning in to another episode of Chaotic Game Streams. I hope this was very informative. I tried the best I could to sound smart and to not spread misinformation, be informative as possible. So, thank you for watching the stream. By the way, do you fuck with DBZ? It's a very on-off relationship I have with the game right now. I can watch it sometimes and be like, I fucking love this game. But then I play it, and for like 5 minutes, I just get tilted, and I just hate it. And if so, are you gonna see me in it, coward? Yeah, one of these days I'll ping you and be like, yo, let's play DBFZ. Tonight's not one of those nights though, because I just finished streaming. But yeah, for sure, in one timeline I'll see you in it, and we'll play. But not right now. So on that note, thank you for watching my stream, guys. Take care.